Park Jimin and you are an arranged married couple. He is the CEO of Park Enterprise and you are his secretary for the last 1 year. In office, you both still keep a professional relationship as a boss and his secretary. In home, you are his dear wifey and he is your sweet hubby. He is not your ideal type of husband because he got anger issues. But during this time gap, you know how to deal with him. Jimin was working in his laptop. After an hour, he came outside to the living room and saw Wyan near the door wearing her shoes. "Where are you going?" Jimin asked while walking towards her. Wyan turned around and found him looking at her with knitted eyebrows. "I'm going to market for groceries shopping," Wyan answered. Jimin stared at her for a brief 1 minute and then uttered, "I'm coming with you." At supermarket, Jimin was holding the shopping trolley while Wyan was looking around for the required things. "Hey Wyan, this!" Jimin said while pointing towards a chocolate section. "No, we don't need it," she said while shaking her head. Jimin groaned and followed her. "What about this?" Jimin asked while pointing towards some kids' toys. Wyan looked at him with a "Are you serious?" face. She didn't say anything and continued walking forward. Soon, they both were at the bill counter. Wyan, who was the whole time looking around, finally turned around to face Jimin. "What is this?" she asked while looking at him with frowned eyes. The whole trolley was filled with chocolate sweets. "What? We shopped this," Jimin said in a dull tone. "Put it back," she said while looking at him in a dangerous way, making him a little scared. "You're so mean," Jimin whined and walked back to place the things on their actual position. Soon he came with his trolley filled with only the things Wyan wanted to buy for home, which were groceries and some kitchen things. "Hey, you forgot my jams," Jimin said while tapping Wyan's shoulder, who was standing in front of him waiting in the line. Wyan rolled her eyes and turned towards her husband, who was pointing towards the jam section. "We already bought it," Wyan said while pointing towards the trolley. Jimin looked at it and found jam jars inside the trolley. He looked down in embarrassment as he realized that he was being childish the whole time. After a few days at Party Hall, it was Kim Enterprises' celebration party because of the collaboration with Park Corporation. "Thanks, Jimin. I really appreciate your decision of collaborating with my company," Namjoon said while shaking hands with Jimin. They all were standing at a corner of the party hall. "No worries, Hyun," Jimin said and hugged Namjoon. "Stop it," Kim Seokjin said while approaching them. Both Namjoon and Jimin pulled back from the hug and looked at Seokjin with an annoyed face. Behind Jin was standing Yoongi, Jungkook, Taehyung and Hoseok. "Don't mind him. Congratulations, you both," Yoongi said while shaking hands with both of them. "Congratulations from me too," Hoseok said while smiling. "Hey, hi," Jungkook said while smiling at Wyan. "Hello, Appa," Wyan said and bowed at him, making him smile. "Sister-in-law, you are so well-mannered person," Jungkook said while lightly clapping. Wyan warmly smiled at him, making him smile back too. After some time, Jimin and Wyan were sitting at the corner couch alone as his all Hyungs left to drink at the bar counter. Wyan was looking down while fidgeting with her fingers when she felt Jimin shifting a little closer to her. He slowly placed his hand around her waist and pulled her towards him securely. Jimin did it because of some men who were staring at his wife with lustful gaze. He wanted to kill them so badly, but he controlled himself because of the media, which were also present in the party. He didn't want others to look at her in that disgusting way. He moved closer to her as to prove to everyone that Wyan belongs to him only, just him. "Sir, please, we are in a party," Wyan said, grabbing Jimin's attention. He leaned towards her ears and whispered, How many times should I have to remind you that it's hubby for you? Sir is for office. Don't forget to call me hubby, understand? Jimin whispered. Wyan hesitantly nodded and looked down in fear. Wyan understood that Jimin is angry and it is better to keep silence. What am I to you? Jimin asked while tucking her hairs behind her ear. A shiver ran down her spine. She could clearly feel his breathing near herself as he was sitting beside her. Tell me, what am I to you? Jimin asked while caressing her hairs gently. Hubby, Wyan replied, making him smile like a proud husband. Good wifey, Jimin replied and pecked her temple, making her heart skip a beat. Her cheeks turned crimson red by Jimin's action. Jimin noticed Wyan's blushing face and soon he started blushing too. Oppa, Mina called while looking for Jimin through the crowd. Mina is a spoiled brat and is so much obsessed over Jimin. Jimin mentally groaned and grabbed Wyan's hand, making her confused. He started dragging her towards the washroom with him. Come on, get inside, Jimin said while closing the washroom's door. He didn't lock it because he knew Mina would follow him here. He got a brilliant plan to keep Mina away from himself. Jimin picked up Wyan from the waist and made her sit on the wash basin's counter. Wyan gasped and uncomfortably looked at Jimin. You have lipstick? Jimin asked, making her nod awkwardly. Jimin sighed in relief and asked her to take it out from her purse. Wyan hesitantly took out the lipstick and then looked at him confused. Apply it on your lips, Jimin ordered quickly. Now she was more confused. Wyan was confused because she had already applied the lipstick. Then what's the need to apply it again? Jimin noticed her confused face and groaned in annoyance. He snatched the lipstick from her hand, making her flinch. Jimin grabbed her cheeks with his left hand, leading a paw to form. He pressed her lips on his both cheeks and near his lips. He then looked at himself in the mirror. Several lipstick marks got printed on his both cheeks and near his lower lip, making him smile in the mirror behind Wyan. Jimin then made her kiss him on more sides of his cheeks, leaving multiple lipstick marks. Oppa, Mina called from outside the washroom. Jimin smirked and moved his face near Wyan's ear, making her uncomfortable. He placed his hands on her waist and whispered in her ears, touch my face quickly, like in a way that you are caressing my face. Jimin ordered, making her confused. He mentally groaned on Wyan's lack of response. He got a hold of Wyan's hands and placed them on his cheeks. It kind of looked like they both were doing some romance. Oppa, Mina yelled and opened the washroom's door to only find a blood-boiling view. Jimin was standing close to Wyan, who was sitting at the wash basin. His hands were around her waist while her hands were on his cheeks. Jimin's cheeks had multiple lipstick marks. Suddenly, Jimin and Wyan stopped their act and moved their gazes towards the door to find it closed as Mina went outside, slamming it harshly. Thank God, Jimin said while sighing. Stay away from me. I know you saw what I was doing with my wife. Well, it was a plan to make you understand that I have a wife, Jimin mentally said while staring at Wyan, who was looking down scared. Thanks, Jimin said while looking anywhere except her with slightly red cheeks. Wyan looked at him confused. You kind of saved me from that Mina, Jimin said while stuttering. After some time, they both again entered inside the party hall and joined the dance floor. Jimin's hands were securely wrapped around Wyan's waist, while her hands were on his shoulder. They both were moving with the rhythm. At home, Jimin was watching the TV. Wyan, he called. He quickly came out and stood behind his couch. Jimin knew she was standing behind him, so he signaled her to come in front of him. Wyan slowly walked in front of him awkwardly. Can you dance like her? He asked while pointing towards the woman dancing in the TV, who was kind of dancing sensually. That woman was wearing a lingerie. Wyan gulped down in nervousness and fear. She didn't want to dance like her. Wyan looked down hiding her scared face from Jimin. "Can you?" Jimin yelled, making her flinch. Wyan slowly shook her head, making him smirk. "No worries, see her, and then try to dance like her," Jimin said, making her look at him shocked. "Go and wear the lingerie that I gifted you on our wedding night," Jimin ordered while smirking. Wyan slowly nodded and walked to their room. She didn't want to do it, but she had no choice but to do whatever he wants. If she would go against him, then he would never let her leave peacefully. Jimin, on the other hand, was damn excited. Just the thought of Wyan in that sexy lingerie was making him insane. Suddenly, he felt someone's presence around him. Jimin clearly knew that who the person was. He slowly turned him towards Wyan, and he was mesmerized by her hotness. There was standing Wyan in a sexy lingerie. It was so revealing that it barely hides her body. Jimin gulped hard and signaled his wife to come towards him. Wyan hesitantly walked to him and stood in front of him. "Dance like her," Jimin ordered while pointing towards the TV. But between all this, his eyes didn't leave Wyan's tempting figure. Wyan slowly looked up at the TV and stared at the woman who was dancing in a sexual way. Wyan didn't want to do it, but she had no choice because she had given up the right to stop him a long time ago. Jimin's body was betraying him. His hormones decided to fly high. Wyan was trying her best to dance like her. His heart started beating rapidly. "Stop!" Jimin yelled, making her sigh, and stopped. This was what Wyan was waiting for, him to say stop. Jimin turned off the TV and signaled Wyan to walk near him. Wyan slowly walked towards him and stood in front of him while looking down. She was fidgeting with her fingers nervously as she was scared because she knew anything could happen right now. A gasp left from Wyan's mouth when Jimin told her to jump. But she did exactly like he said. She is now carried by him to the bedroom, where all the sinful events occur. Her heart was beating fast and she was blushing too. Jimin threw her on the bed and hovered above her. Wyan bit her lower lips in excitement. She very well knew that Jimin will never misbehave with her. They maintained their eye contact throughout the session. They are loving each other unconditionally, ignoring everything around them. Hi armies, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.